Hello, it's Stuart from the Courtyard Cafe. When I planned that bit of baking I'm going to do this afternoon, I didn't realise that this is National Real Bread Week from the 20th to the 28th of February. It's quite coincidental because next week we start a 4-week programme with our NVQ students in Lisburn and Newtonards, where they will be working on recipes which are healthy or can be made healthier by decreasing fat, decreasing salt, increasing fibre and so on. And something that I'm making today is a recipe that they will probably be making in due course as well. It's a lovely olive focaccia bread with rosemary. As is often the case with bread, it's very simple, not a huge number of ingredients, and it's really a bit of care and the amount of time that it takes to make the bread. The first ingredient is 500 grams of strong bread flour. People quite often ask me what is the difference in types of flour. Strong bread flour is what I use for things like focaccia, pizza, naan bread. It's similar to any other flour, the exception being that the grain that it's made from has a very high gluten content. Gluten is a protein which, when it's mixed and processed, becomes stretchy, elastic, and it's what makes bread springy and soft. This is yeast bread. So I've got 400 millilitres of lukewarm water and some dried yeast. The recipe needs 7 grams, which is basically a teaspoon, which I will whisk just to get the yeast mixed with the water. It is important to use lukewarm water because if it's cold it won't activate the yeast, and it's activating the yeast, getting it to give off carbon dioxide, which gives the bread its fluffiness, the bubbles within it. I'm going to put a little bit, it says 2 teaspoons of salt, but I'm trying to make recipes healthier, so I'm not going to put too much salt into it. I'm going to add the flour and the salt to the bowl of my mixer, and to that I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Focaccia is a bread which is made with olive oil. It's obviously a Mediterranean bread. What I'm going to do now is close that down, turn the mixer on, and slowly I'm going to add the yeast and water mix. The dough has had a bit over an hour and a quarter perhaps to prove, and as soon as you lift the cling film off you can tell that it has been increasing in volume. You can smell the yeast. Okay, so what I want to do now is get the dough. And I'm going to get it to start shaping, ready for this tin. I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil in the tin. Use a brush to coat that evenly. This will not only flavour it, but it will stop it from sticking to the tin. And also it will give the bottom part of the bread a really nice crust, not unlike deep pan pizza. It has a similar effect. So it's very soft dough. I'm going to put into the tin and basically just knock it down until it's evenly spread across the oven tin. That's that done. At this stage I'm going to let it prove for a second time for between 40 and 45 minutes until it's risen again.